Hello students and welcome back to the video lecture series of web programming. Today's topic is CSS gradient. I am your instructor Ms. Shruti Rawal. So let us start with today's lecture. The first thing that comes to your mind is what do you mean by gradient? So basically CSS gradient lets you display smooth transitions between two or more colors that you are specifying in the syntax of gradient. So you have seen in real world also that for better aesthetic view of the colors, there are two or more colors which are blended very beautifully, and you can see the transition from one color to another, but it is very smooth and it is aesthetically beautiful. So if you want such sort of view in your web page, CSS allows you to define two types of gradients. They are linear gradients and radial gradients. Now what do you mean by linear gradient? Linear gradient allows you to transition from one color to another from top to down, left to right and diagonally. Whereas radial gradient defines the gradient from the center. So radial gradient, basically if you apply radial gradient, you will have an oval or you can say a circle shape in which you can see the color transitions or color stops, whatever you have specified. Whereas in linear gradient, you can see linearly the color transitions from left to right or down to top. Okay. So now in this lecture, we are going to study linear gradient, and in next lecture, we will be studying radial gradient. So to create a linear gradient, you must first define at least two color stop, because we know that what do you mean by gradient? Gradient is transition from one color to another color. So if you want a transition, you cannot you cannot have it using one stop. You must have at least two color stop. Color stops are the color you want to render for the smooth transitions among your web pages. You can set a starting point, a direction, that is an angle, along with the gradient effect. We will see shortly how to set the starting point or how to set the direction or angle so that your gradient has an effect that you want. So this is just a basic example of top to bottom, which is the default linear gradient. Here you can see that I have specified two colors, red and yellow. So we are smoothly transitioning from red in the topmost portion to yellow in the downmost portion. Okay. Now let us see in detail what is the syntax of linear gradient. So here you can see that in the body portion, I have total three elements, h1, p and div. And for div, I have given id is equal to grade 1, right? And you can see in the CSS syntax that you have referred this division in the CSS, that is hash grade 1, and I have given height, that is 200 pixel for that division. Background color I have given red. And if you want to specify CSS linear gradient, what is the syntax? In the CSS property, you have to write background hyphen image, and in the value of your CSS property, you have to write linear hyphen gradient. Whenever you want to specify linear gradient, you will specify linear hyphen gradient. Inside the rounded brackets, you have to specify minimum two color stops. That is, the first stop will be the color that you want to see in the topmost portion, because by default it is top to down. So whatever color you specify without the direction, it will be displayed on the topmost portion of that division. The second color will be displayed in the downmost portion of the division. Okay, and you may be able to see transition from red to yellow, and that is a very smooth transition that by default this linear gradient property provides you. Now where is this linear gradient applied? This linear gradient, you can see over here that it is applied to the division, and I have already explicitly specified the height of division, that is 200 px. Now what sort of output will I get? This is my output. As you can see that this is my division, and the division height is 200 px. Because I have not specified the width, it is taking the whole width of my page. the topmost color, which was the first color I had specified inside the property value, was red. So you can see that the topmost color is red. As you gradually move downwards in the division, you can see the transition from red color to yellow color. Okay, so this is how the basic linear gradient works. Now we will see the variations in linear gradient property. So here you can see it is the same example, but instead of the default transition of top to bottom, we have changed the direction. We have written to right in the first parameter of linear gradient. What does it mean? It means that I don't want the by default transition, that is from top to bottom. I want to change the direction from left to right. If you write to right, it means it will transit the first color, which is red, will be on the left hand side, and the yellow color will be on the right hand side. If you write to left, then your red color will be on the opposite side. Okay, so if here you can see that I have specified to right, it means red color will be on left hand side, and you can see over here that yellow color is gradually coming on the right hand side. So this is how you can change the direction from top to bottom, which is by default direction, to right, that is left to right. Okay, the property name is again background image, colon, the property value is linear gradient. Inside the bracket you are specifying three parameters. The first one is direction. By default, if you do not specify the direction, it is top to bottom. If you specify to right, that is left to right. The second and third parameter again are the color stops that you want. The first color stop is red, which will be displayed on the left hand side. The second color stop is yellow, which will be displayed gradually towards the right hand side. The next advancement in linear gradient is, you may wonder, ma'am, we have seen the transitions not only between two colors but between multiple colors. Can we specify such thing using linear gradient? The answer is yes. You can specify multiple color stop using linear gradient. The only thing or the only change you need to do in the syntax of this property value is, instead of specifying two colors inside the bracket, you need to specify multiple colors comma separated. So here you can see that inside the property value, that is linear hyphen gradient, and inside the bracket, in the previous example, I had specified only two color stop, red comma yellow. But here, because I want the transition between multiple colors, I am specifying as many as colors as you want, comma separated. So here red comma orange comma yellow comma green comma blue comma indigo comma violet. So these are the color stops I want. So I have specified all these colors comma separated. What will be the output? Because you have not specified the direction, what will be the direction? Exactly, you have guessed it very correctly. The by default direction will be applied over here, that is top to bottom. So the topmost color will be red and the bottommost color will be violet, and in between all the color stop you may be able to see. So this is how you can see the rainbow effect. You can see the rainbow effect, right? Because there are 7 color stops which I have specified, and they are applying the rainbow effect, or you can visually see a rainbow. So this was about linear gradient and color stop. The next property which linear gradient provides you is it supports transparency. Now what do you mean by transparency? Many times whenever you are specifying this gradient effect, you want that some colors are faded. So you want higher transparency in some of them, you want lower transparency in some of the colors. How can we add this transparency? So if you want to add transparency, it is totally optional, but if you want to add transparency, you have to use RGBA function to define the color stop, and the last parameter of this RGBA function should be a value from 0 to 1, and this value, that is the last parameter that we are specifying, it basically defines the transparency of the color. 0 indicates full transparency and 1 indicates no transparency. Okay, so here you can see that I have specified this linear gradient, and it starts from fully transparent to it stands from no transparent to fully transparent red color. So here is the syntax that I have specified for linear gradient. So here you can see that I have specified the function RGBA. So linear gradient is the property value. Inside the property value, you know that you have to specify the direction, that is here I have specified to right. The second value is you are specifying the first color stop. The third value is you are specifying the second color stop. So here you can see the color stop is same, that is the first color is 25500, it means the first color is red. The second color that I have specified is also 25500 value, that is I have specified red. So both the color stops are red. So if you do not specify transparency, you will not be able to see the transition. So I have specified the color stop inside RGBA function, and in RGBA function you can see that for the first color stop I have specified 0 transparency, and for the second color stop I have specified 1 transparency. So here you can see 0 transparency, it means no transparency, to full transparency. Okay. This was about the transparency that you can give inside the gradient. The next is what if you want to repeat a linear gradient, because you can see that whenever I am specifying the gradient, it is just repeated one time, the color, right? So what if you want to specify a repeating linear gradient, that it is repeating itself? So here you can see I have taken 2 division, and for both division I have specified repeating linear gradient. Now what happens in the first repeating linear gradient? So the background image is the property name. The property value instead of linear gradient is repeating linear gradient if you want to repeat the linear gradient. Inside the bracket of repeating linear gradient I have again specified the color stop. But you may see the variation that, ma'am, what is this 10% and 20% that you have written? That means whenever you are transitioning from one color to another, what is the proportion of color that you want? So if I am specifying yellow 10%, it means the color proportion of yellow from the overall transition should be only 10%, green should be 20%, and red should be maximum. For the next, I have specified in the first parameter 45 DEG, that is 45 degree. So if you recall, in the starting of the lecture I told you that linear gradient is top to bottom, left to right, and diagonally. So if you want to specify linear gradient diagonally, you have to specify the degree, that is the angle in which you want the linear gradient. So here if I want to apply repeating linear gradient in a particular angle, I have to specify the degree of that angle. So in the first parameter I have specified 45 DEG. DEG stands for degree. So I will have the linear gradient from red to green diagonally. So it will start from the top left and gradually it will go to the bottom right, diagonally, the colors. So here you can see I have applied the percentage proportion for yellow 7%. So what will be the output? This is the output. For the first you can see division I have not applied any angle, but for the second portion, because I have applied the angle, I am getting diagonal, and you can see that instead of only one transition, it is repeating the linear gradient itself. So I am getting this transition, then transition, then transition, then transition in different repetition. Okay. So this was all about what do you mean by gradient, what are the different types of gradients, what do you mean by linear gradient, what is the syntax of linear gradient, and what are the different properties that you can apply using linear gradient. And this was all about today's lecture. Thank you.